I am so pleased that 45 years ago I made the decision to come up here, because I've made it my home and I've lived here happily for all of my life, really. I think what's really special about Uraidla is its people, its community spirit, and the fact that everyone, I believe everyone, puts in one way or another, into the community. My name is Mullard. I've been a resident of Uraidla for 45 years roughly now. I've had a wonderful time here. I've enjoyed it. I've been accepted. I've made lots of new friends. I've made a few enemies. I have been integrated into the whole community. I can't imagine not living in Uraidla with all its people, its foibles and its fun. I had a beautiful childhood. I lived on the banks of the River Thames, about 10 acres. So I spent most of my childhood mowing lawns, cutting trees up, cutting trees down, cleaning up, jumping around in the river when you had time. So I had a little canoe. I had this kind of thing, and that was my childhood, was running around enjoying myself, mainly in the garden. I didn't really get involved in the community that we were in. It was Burcott. It's called Burcott, and it was nothing like Uraidla. Burcott was very snooty, and the houses were big enough that you couldn't get to. You didn't have to meet people if you didn't want to. And I was obviously too young to go to the pub, so it was an interesting childhood, but great fun. I wanted to become an engineer from the age of probably 6, basically because I used to work with all the machinery in the garden, and I'd play with them, take them apart, put them together, make sure they never work again. But you know what boys are like. So, and I just said, I want to be an engineer. And my mother facilitated this. I went to school. I left school at 16 because the school wasn't right for me. So I went to something called a technical college. It was a college of further education, which had an engineering component from 16 to 18. Basically, it cut a year off my time, which was great. I was finished. I was an accomplished engineer. Just after I turned 21, I was a degreed engineer. I had a number of different iterations of my career. I've been a builder. I've been an engineer, obviously, all my life. But I've been a builder. I've been a nurseryman. I'm now a quarryman. All sorts of things, and many things in between. So when I bought the place, it was a mud brick cottage built in 1906 by the Hoffman family. I looked at it and I thought, that's lovely, mud brick. Oh dear, well I better build in mud brick then, hadn't I? So I started off building in mud brick. I had to first of all learn what a mud brick was, then I had to learn how to make them. I spent 2 of us 3 days making the first 100 bricks. Nah, I need 11,000 bricks for the house. It's going to take forever and ever to do. So I spent 3 months building a mud brick machine, which was an extruding machine that could make 1,000 bricks a day. My best day ever was 2,000 bricks. And so I kept on making bricks to build up a stock for the house, because you couldn't do that every day because you had to leave them to dry. So I built up a stock of them, and then someone came along and said, I hear you've got mud bricks for sale. Yes, I do. And so I'd sell my stock of bricks to my own house and go and build their house, and then I'd come back here and I'd say, I think I better start again. When I first moved here, I was approached by the captain of the local CFS, and I've been a member there for now 43 years odd. These kind of things are a great way to get to know all of your neighbours, and you also get to know your like-minded neighbours, which is good. So any new person who comes up, I would suggest that one, maybe you join Imagine Uraidla, because that is a way of connecting with everyone. Go to the pub, support the local shop. When you go and pick up your mail, don't just say, walk off. Chat to people, read the notices, see what's involved. Get involved in a sports club. The sports clubs are strong as strong, they really are. And then there's also volunteer for the show. I think that's a very important thing. And I think that maybe any one of those things will get you to get to know people. Join your Uraidla concert band. My favourite group of people at the moment. I started it 25 years ago, and I'm still patron, and we still practice twice a week without fail. I bought a load of instruments from a school over at Hamilton and a few others, just brass instruments. And we started trying to get people who had stopped doing music at school, and then life had gotten away. And when they got to about 40, people started thinking, and I did exactly this. I thought, I really enjoyed playing, but I stopped. Why? And so I took up the trumpet, because that's what I played at school. I was quickly disabused of the notion that I could play the trumpet, and I was put onto the euphonium, which is a much better instrument for my physique. It's basically started in a discussion in the pub. What can you play? Oh, I can. Would you like to? Yes. And that was about it. Right, let's go. Let's start. So we started, and we were, let's say, woeful, because none of us had played for 30 years, 40 years. And so we started, and we practiced, and we got better, and we weren't allowed out. Our conductor, Karen, was adamant that we weren't allowed out unless we were good enough to go out. We now probably do 8 to 10 gigs a year. We play for local, we play for the show. We play for ourselves down at Ashton. We play for Australia Day over at Stirling. We do all sorts of stuff, which is, it's all fun. It all adds grist to the mill, and it means that you have a focus to practice. So you just keep on having to practice. That's what you have to do. Young Neil, who used to go around cutting trees and enjoying himself and mowing the lawns, is still doing exactly the same thing, moving from 10 acres to 20 acres at the end of a dead-end road here. It's great. Yes, I admit, there is always work to do, and that's something which you will find if you ever move to Uraidla. You will find that you always have something to do. I'm really surprised that the Red Shed goes so well, because I thought that everyone who came up here had spent all their life maintaining their property. I came here, that was it. I was happy. I had something. I could jump on my tractor and I could go and do what I wanted to do. I could go and make sure that I've only got wood heating, so every year I have to go and cut 20 tonne of firewood to keep myself warm in winter. That's what you do when you're in your time off, when you stop work at 4 or 5 o'clock. You then go and cut wood for an hour or 3. My ethos, my take on life is, don't do something you don't want to do. Don't do something you don't enjoy. If you don't enjoy it, change. It's sometimes very hard because you tend to get stuck in a rut, but change if you can, because if you're not happy, then life is too short not to be happy.
Thank you.
Thank you. I hope that you've got something useful.